Now to a story you'll only see here on CBS 6. Forgiveness means letting someone off the hook with no strings attached. Doing that can feel really hard to do, and in some situations, most people may understand why you may not feel capable of forgiving the person who hurt you.
CBS 6 was invited to witness an emotional and inspirational encounter between a Chesterfield woman who found it within herself to forgive a man who made a terrible mistake. Our Cameron Thompson tells us the story between Meredith Spies and Samuel Allebaugh.
At first glance, this moment may look like many others playing out this holiday season as friends and family reunite.
I just want to act like you so bad.
But this one between Meredith Spies and Samuel Allebaugh is their first time meeting. It marks the end of a nearly 4-year journey for the two and the beginning of another. That journey started along this stretch of Genito Road in Chesterfield County on February 13, 2019, when Allebaugh, driving a dump truck while texting his girlfriend about Valentine's Day, lost control.
It was the worst sound ever.
That sound was his truck hitting the car driven by Amelia County EMT Karen Giles, Spies' mother. Giles died on the scene at a spot now marked with a cross in her memory.
I never saw Karen Giles coming. I never even knew she was there.
Allebaugh would plead guilty in the crash, getting sentenced later that year to 8 months. And it was during the sentencing the seeds of what would grow were planted. As Spies recalled, it was her first time seeing Allebaugh in person, and while she didn't want to look at him, she wanted him to know something.
I included in my victim witness statement that I forgave him. I didn't have the ability to be angry anymore. I could hear him across the room just not gasp, just sigh with relief and start to cry. I could tell that his guilt had been weighing on him heavily.
A few months later, Spies took the steps to reach out to Allebaugh in jail, and the two started sharing letters and phone calls.
I wanted to know about your life, and I wanted you to know about my mom's life.
Right.
So you understood kind of what we lost, but also that we could learn about you too, because in like some weird way, like I said, we're connected.
But after his release, an in-person meeting kept hitting snags like COVID, until finally Monday night brought Allebaugh to the front yard of Spies' Chesterfield home.
I just praise the Lord that this is happening.
Nervous. I just want to hug him.
And so, after years of waiting, all it took was a few more steps, an open door, and hugs. Lots of hugs.
I am so glad that this is finally happening.
And after meeting Spies' husband and 4 kids, the two sat down to talk underneath a cross and a poem given to Spies after her mom's death, with both saying faith helped them through this.
Without your forgiveness, I wouldn't even be where I am. I wouldn't have the contentment that I have with trying to move on with my life. It wouldn't be possible.
Well, I feel the same way right back to you, because I've met people who don't have the closure.
And while Monday's meeting was a long time coming, it's only the first of many, as since the crash, both have shared their stories separately, but want to keep fighting distracted driving together.
Hearing both sides might get deeper to those people who don't want to hear it.
What a powerful testimony we can give, not only of forgiveness, but of both ends of the distracted driving incident.
And with that part of the journey still ahead of them, both want people to know while Monday may have been full of love, hugs, and redemption, it is not a road they want anyone else to take.
Don't be us. This is great to have a bond and to connect, but this is rare. And it would just be a lot easier if you didn't text and drive, so you didn't have to go through what we've been through. It's a sad camaraderie. It's a sad family to be a part of.
When you drive, just drive. It needs to be that simple. Don't do 2 things at once. It's a responsibility, and it's the only thing that's going to change anything.
And Allebaugh adds that in the end, laws can only do so much, and it is up to people to make that decision. But both say that friends and family have told them that they have thought about texting and driving themselves, but thought about their story and stopped. So they've already changed a few minds and hope to reach many more.
Wow, what a unique connection they have. And of course, like you said, long time coming there and what they've probably gone through over the last several years to get to that point.
Yeah, I know Mr. Allebaugh had reached out to me 2 years ago around this time, hoping to set this up. But again, it was COVID, it was just starting. They didn't want to bring the two families together. And then just finally getting to, it just came together in a short amount of time over the weekend. And thankfully, they invite us in, let us be there to get that really powerful moment.
I'm just speechless. I mean, what a story of forgiveness, and the connection the two of them have is incredible.
It really is. Yeah, having spoken with both of them several times, it's just amazing to see what they've done through all of this.
Right. What a great story. Thank you, Cam.
Thanks, Cam.